Good afternoon. It's Jeannie here, and I am doing a reading for a family member. And it's a reading I really do not desire to answer. And I told him I will do the reading, but don't expect an answer. His question is, how much time do I have left on this earth? I'm seeing and hearing things. Now, he has really bad health issues. And he is so loved, and he is so full of spirit. He is so full of the Lord. His trials are many, and his heart is great. And just thinking and seeing him in my mind's eye just fills my heart with love. So I'm going to do my bottom card, my 8 stories, and then I'm going to use every one of the cards in my deck, because this is a serious matter. And then I may change over in the next video to answer the same question to my I Ching and my stars and dice. Okay, so my bottom of my deck was the 7 of water. And we all know water is life. Now we have colors here. So let me get my eyes and let's go from here. I really like your patience, y'all people. No, not people. That I really love the patience you have with me. Okay, see, this is very complex, okay? And you need to, the card says you need to seek counsel. That's for sure. And don't procrastinate about getting counseling, okay? So get busy, get your counseling done. Because if you really feel that you're nearing your end of life, you have to get things in order. Okay. So the colors of the chakra, they all hold a meaning. So we have red, which means home, money, and security. Orange means creativity, addiction, and sexuality. Yellow means power and control. Green means love and healing. Blue means communication, truth telling. Dark blue means visions and psychic abilities. And purple means spirituality. And try to focus on the colors in your life. Turn that off for a minute. So that's the stars of your chakra. Now, I am going to go into my story. Except there's 2 here that don't make sense. So when I get to those, I may pull other cards for that. But you have 1, 2, 3, 4 major life changes in this deck of cards. And they are dark blue. All right. Clean my glasses. That might be why I can't see. Because I got every light in the house on. We got to keep this light, airy, happy, positive. This is has to be a positive reading. Okay, this is our first card. It's the Fool. And you have to take a leap of faith, okay? Uh, you're a very strong man, and you've come through a lot of things. Just take the leap of faith that you'll start healing. And if you don't, you are a man of God, and you know your destiny there. I got to say what I feel when it's coming out of these cards. You know, just take your leap of faith. Okay. You know, this is a powerful revelation that leads to change. Okay, how are you going to change? You spread your wings. Is God calling you? We're not sure. But that's it, life's experience. And you've always spread your wings. You were always free to fly. Lavish your abundance. Give birth to your dreams. You have dreams right now. Give birth to them. But nourish yourself. Take care of yourself. Okay? And take care of the others around you. And yes, the stress of taking care of others around you is very difficult. And you have very hard decisions. But everybody needs to leave the nest. And leaving the nest, it means leave the house, but not leave the family. You need that closeness. You need all of that to you. Ooh, I got everything turned off, and there's my bells. Lord, Lord. Okay. This is justice. You need to make You need to make fair and just decisions. Do what you know is right and stand up for what you believe. Defend your beliefs and your decisions. Stand your ground. Choose your battles wisely. You know, yes, you have health issues. Put your stress to the side, because these are things you really can't fight. What you need to fight is the healing. You need to heal. Abundance. I think we had two abundances. Things look very good for you. Have patience at this time. But make your long-term plans. So maybe you're getting warning. I can't find very much research of the warning, but I will keep looking, and I will keep looking for your answer. The problem is we were all born to die, and we never want to go home before our time. But when it is our time, we have to leave everything in order so the ones we leave behind don't suffer too much. And I'm taking this on a negative. I think I just went through Michael, and Michael was telling me he had a call to go to Alaska. He had regrets. He had this and have this. You need to make a list. Then you need to seek counseling. Yes, you're sick, but that does not mean you're going to die. But when we get up in age, even me, I have to make my long-term plans. Because one day I'm going to go home too. You've already left your mark on this earth, for the people who know you. The people who don't know you, they're very negative and condescending and all this. But for the people who know you, know you're a man of God. Your heart is strong. And also, we already know if the Maker chooses to take you home, you're still going to give us your strength and love. So, the cards didn't say you were going anywhere. The cards say nurture yourself, take care of yourself, seek counseling, because you don't want these things on your mind, okay? You got to nurture you got to nurture the other. And, God loves you, and you know that, and we love you too. Now, the 8th of Earth and the Page of Earth. So I would say probably you are the person we're speaking of. And the good news is that your financial matters are going to come back into perspective. Don't worry about your finances. You're doing okay. You're wanting to do something more challenging. Yes, we know what that challenge is pulling your family together and getting everything the way it should be. But your challenge is here, is stand your ground. Like the other card said, stand your ground, keep your faith, keep your standards. You're not going anywhere. We already crossed that base. But you are going through life changing. And stress, you need the way to stress, because stress is a silent killer. Okay? We already know that. So, be calm, be still. Okay, as far as your skilled work is in the gospel. Like I said, you're a man of God. So, my nose itches. Does that mean somebody come in with a hole in their britches? Okay. So, you have learned all you need to know on this topic. Maybe you need to learn a little bit more, but mostly you need to be still. You need to love yourself. You need to nurture yourself, and you need to stand on your beliefs. You got a family that's out of control, and you have to give some tough love. But with this tough love, it shouldn't cost you. Just breathe and know that God is watching over you, and everything is going to do good. Now, maybe I got a little off my topic, or maybe I didn't, because you've asked me a hard question, and I got to tell you what's coming in my heart. So, anyway, let's pull one of these cards and see if we can get some clarification. Going to take my time. I'm going to talk too much, and if these cards don't give me the answer I want, this is the one I want. You are divinely guided, okay? And you always have been and you always will. So, and you know what to do. This one goes back to the other one. Make your plans, but nurture yourself. And this phone only works for 30 minutes, so. Now, I love the dolphins. And the dolphins, we might need the book because sometimes they give chores. Let's see what the dolphins have there. We got a jumper. We got 2 jumpers. Consult an expert. Get your counseling. More information is needed about your health, and you need to contact with someone who has expertise in this area. If you're having the dread of death, you need a counselor. You need prayer. And everybody who's listening to this recording, form a prayer circle for him. But you need counseling, and let's see about my cards that jumped. You need to rest. You've been working hard. Take a nap and get some rest. I'm going to look that one up. But it's true. You do need to rest. You have a lot on your mind. And you're not able to do the things you used to be able to do. But you have voice. You have power. And I don't know my alphabet. Sometimes I wonder about me. Okay. The Dolphins and Mermaids says, give yourself a hug and say, I love you. I love you. I love me. And promise to treat yourself with respect and care that you deserve. You are wonderful. And this is a day of sweet kindness. Treat yourself gently as you would treat a baby. Cuddle yourself in your arms. That's your rest. You know, we got the new dawn. And the new dawn doesn't say death is looking your way. But it does say the worst is over and behind you. And positive new experiences are on the horizon. You have endured storms over rough seas, but the new way is clear and smooth. From now on, you can expect the best. Wash away all the negativity from your consciousness and past memories. Get rid of the past memories from your consciousness. Keep only the positive lessons and love that you've learned. Don't hang on to anything that could weigh you down, such as resentment or bitterness. Let it go. If you've gone through any patterns of negativity in the past, it is time to affirm, I am now released from the need to experience this life lesson. I extract from the teachings that I need to discover, and I move on to the life of harmony and peaceful actions. The divine light will illuminate your present and your future. Whew. Okay, let's check out abundance. Because I told you I'm going to use it every deck. I'll use it every deck. Keep my cards in order. I'm only supposed to get one card. I got two cards. It's only supposed to get one card from each deck from now on. If you have any jealousy, you need to release it. Jealousy is an affirmation that you don't have something, but the earth manifests exactly as you confirm. Let other people's success inspire rather than frustrate you. If you have it, so if they have it, so can you. So I'll think on that one a minute. God gave you such great spiritual power that everything you visualize eventually becomes reality. Hold a steady vision that which is beautiful, helpful, positive, and filled with blessings. And that is what you will experience. Keep the joy in your heart. And put your regrets and your jealousies and selfishness, whatever you have, put it behind you. Because God has blessed you with so many people who love you. And sometimes it doesn't feel like you're loved, but you are. I'll check my time. Okay. Whew. Release all your regrets, negative, and everything. Half the time I can't say the name of these crystals. So when I can't say it, I never did learn my phonics. And then when it was time for me to learn, I found it very boring. I couldn't concentrate on it. Opal. Let yourself sparkle and shine. You are guided to be bold and show you're bigger than life. Yeah, you have a bigger than life side of you on this earth. You're tall in stature, but you're also tall in heart and soul. I mean, you are an awesome man. So stay bold. That goes back to the other cards. It says stand your ground. keep your beliefs. Okay? That is good to know. I don't know what there we are. Now, Michael. I say Michael. I just love Michael. Yep, I got two again. I only want one. This one says, admit the truth about yourself and act accordingly. Your prayer. I appreciate your support and help me face the feeling with grace and acceptance that I can lovingly be honest with myself and others. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for giving me courage and strength. You've drawn this card because it is an important feeling that you have been trying to ignore. Yet try as you might to push it aside. This feeling urges you to be honest with yourself. Archangel Michael says that facing the truth will be the healing and will give you your direction and guidance you seek. You've tried to discard the inner urging because you are worried about making life changes. Archangel Michael assumes that he is guiding you and making sure that your needs are met and your relationships stay healthy. Don't compromise. Face your fears. Hold loving thoughts about yourself and this situation. You know, you need to heal or you need to leave the unhealthy situation. This one says you're going to have a favorable outcome. Thank you for a beautiful outcome of this situation, which is perfect and is fair for everyone involved. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for helping the trust and having faith. I'm feeling. I want to read the book on this one. I guess A isn't a favorable outcome, so I guess it's F. Yep, it was F. A situation that you're concerned about has already resolved itself with fairness and justice. You and the others involved will be pleased with the outcome. Heaven's ingenuity has devised a plan that's beyond the scope of human imagination. You may not see the solution at the moment, but trust, it's already in place. You are guided to give your worries and your anger to Archangel Michael, for there is no need to burden yourself. The more you can let go and allow God to be in charge, the faster the reasonable outcome will manifest. Some of these things I'm not putting my opinion on, because some of these things are touching my heart very greatly. You know, I would love to hear your comments. Okay, let's see what animal. We do our messages from the animals. Rattlesnake. You have been a healer, and you heal so many of us. This rattlesnake's been showing up a lot. The foundation for compassion is an awareness that suffering is a natural part of life. Whether you go through the empathetic appreciation of another's being's pain, or the experience in having suffered oneself. Okay, let me do that again, because the foundation for compassion is the awareness that suffering is a natural part of life, whether through empathy, application of another's being's pain, or the experience of have suffered it yourself, in which beings have at all times felt pain and sorrow. That is an aspect of living on this planet. The deeper you go into the soul of the other, the more you can feel what they feel. But you must maintain a certain distance and objectivity. The true healer must heal from the heart, no matter what technology, logical, physical, or shama tools are used. The experience that you are going through now, or you have just completed, is all preparation for you to open your heart to the suffering around you. And it is your part of activating it. You find that you're increasingly being asked to offer your time and energy to help heal others, including not only people, but also animals, plants being trees, people, and ultimately our Earth Mother. Some of this healing power will go to the reefs that exist between races, ethnicity, and other species. You notice more and more how often your hands will spontaneously feel energized. Experience it as the heat and tingling sensation. This is the power of the Spirit working through you. Allow it to guide you in whatever the focus of your healing is, whether simply placing a hand on the shoulder of a friend, or more intensely are directing and involving yourself and another being's health. Okay, I decided to pull one more card. Your spiritual pursuits and physical pleasures are out of balance, so do whatever is necessary to bring them back in equilibrium. I think I pretty much reached my time limit on this phone, so if the phone cuts off, I love you. I got only one more card, one more animal. One more animal. And let me tell you, handsome, strong, godly man, I love you. And you better wait for me. And I don't like that card. I don't feel I need these cards. I think I've answered your question. And if you need more explanation, or you want me to do the stars and dice, or the I Ching, or there's a couple of other things I can do, but I love you. And if you were watching this and it inspired you to help someone else with these, I've had dread of death hanging over me, and God was always good to me. And I woke up the next morning, and in the past 2 years, this dread I've had at least 6 times. And he always holds my hand, and he always carries me through. So have faith, keep your hope, believe, but take care of your business and get counseling. Love you much.